Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Good. Have you been here before?
no, I have not.
Oh, okay, great. Well, all of our animals are native to Florida. They're all injured in one way or another.
Oh, they are?
Yes, they're either pets at one time or their injuries are so bad they can't be released back to the wild. So that's why they're here. Hi, I'm Brenda Nicholas, and I am at the Bush Wildlife Sanctuary here in Jupiter, Florida. I'm one of the educators here. I do the Junior Naturalist program, which is ages 9 to 14, and I also work with animals that are come into the sanctuary. I help with animals that are injured in one way or another, and we try and get those animals back out to the wild. We're really a rehab hospital. So the animals that are permanent residents here, those animals help us teach, educate the public on animals that we might find in our own backyards. Maybe not a Florida panther, but we do have possums and skunks and snakes, so that we can introduce them, so that why they are important for the environment and why we just need to leave them alone. The panthers that we have right here, this is Miko and Micaiah, and they were hand raised. They were used in a photography studio, take a picture with a wild animal. Once they get to a certain size or weight, they can't really be used anymore in the public. So they tried to sell them to somebody down here in Florida, and that's how they were confiscated and they were brought here. Once they're hand raised, they're really not able to be released back to the wild, so that's why they're with us. In the wild, they're on the endangered list here in Florida. So in the wild, they're still with their mom for 3 or 4 years, so they're learning how to be a panther. Sometimes we get in babies, sometimes they're orphaned. We can raise them up to a certain point. Our birds of prey help us raise babies to go back out to the wild, so then they'll be able to be released back to the wild. So if they're not able to be released back to the wild, then their injuries are so bad, then they stay here, but they act as foster parents, so they help us raise babies. Either the birds of prey or some of the mammals, the deer, will help us raise babies to go back out to the wild. Started here 10 years ago. My daughter and I were looking for something that I could do together with her, and they were looking for someone to do the Junior Naturalist program. It was a new program, and I started it, and I wanted a place that I could work with children and teach them about the environment. I do believe in No Child Left Inside, so it was really fun to get the kids outside, and then we started having them handle the animals, and then they started talking to the public, and the public was really interested in learning from the children, because it's very cool to be able to have them talk about their future, because this is what they need to learn how to do, and it's just kind of grown from there. And we have 2 kinds of skunks in Florida. We have striped skunks and spotted skunks. Striped skunks live in the woodland areas. Spotted skunks live down by the beach. This is Clyde, and Clyde is here because he was a part of the pet trade. He was descented or deskunked, and so he can protect himself. These guys are insectivores. They eat bugs and insects, and that's really important, because we have a lot of animals that naturally get rid of a lot of pests that we don't want, and we get rid of them and we think we can put poison out or insecticide, and that gets into our water system. It makes us sick, but it really makes the animals sick too. So he's just starting to get used to the public and coming out and talking to the schools and talking to story time, and so he's starting to get used to the whole idea. Read a couple stories or bring out a couple of animals, and it's really helped to keep the kids information about the animals they might see, and it's really to make sure they don't touch things. That's really important also. Some of our animals that we bring out are snakes. We have, because a lot of people are afraid of snakes, so we try and bring that out also. We bring out our possums, because a lot of people are afraid of possums. I always get phone calls, "I've got the biggest rat I've ever seen," and it usually ends up being one of our possums in here. One of our animals was brought to us, one of our foxes. We got a phone call and said we have a fox hanging from a tree. Somebody tried to keep him as a pet. He chewed through the rope and got up in a tree and got tangled up in the rope. So we were able to rescue him, and he was one of our education animals, Mr. Gray. And Mr. Gray was one of the animals that went on a lot of programs. He was on the Today Show. He helped teach a lot of kids about the animals that we have here at the sanctuary, and really just to leave them alone. They really do not belong as pets. This is how this bunny came in a box, and it's a big, it's a pretty good bunny. He's popping around pretty good. We call them popcorns because they pop so much, so he's kind of hard to hold on to. So I'm going to bring him out, and I kind of let him get a little bit used to the area first, and we give them a special food. So you can see he's starting to hop around. That's probably what got him in trouble to begin with. His eyes aren't open yet, so that's always a good sign. That way, when he smells me, he's going to try and get away at the beginning, like he is now. I know. And he does a little baby cry. I know. So a lot of times what I do is I try and I put milk around. Different animals are going to be differently because he's a little bit smaller. So I'll try and give him a little bit of milk. And if he's not going to take it right away, then I'm going to let him just kind of de-stress, basically. All of our animals have a special baby formulas that we give them. So I am going to let him just kind of rest for a little bit. And then I take them home. So I'm going to take him home and keep him nice and warm. And then I'll try again later. And I just keep trying until all of a sudden he'll just start taking it. He'll smell me and he'll think of me as mom. I really try and pull on heartstrings because I think that if people see them, that's something alive instead of just in a book, that it helps them become more attached. And then what we turn to love, then we want to protect. So that's really important.